Here with them to have a look at this match. It's a vital game for them. The league leaders, they are the pretenders to Wigan's crown, and they're on the line next.
I've been playing for years. On stage, I come alive and I really feel the music flowing through me. It's a very emotional thing. But even though I am really concentrating, I can still hear the crowd.
More beer, please, s'il vous plaît, monsieur.
I come to play music, they come to have a beer. Perhaps I should get up on stage, just drink a beer. They'd probably prefer that.
Cronenbourg 1664, the best premium beer in France. Sorry.
I love duty calls.
See the car?
Almira.
GTI. Let's go.
Cover me.
Huh? Go faster.
I'm doing nearly 30.
Naughty boy.
Turn left.
Why?
Litter. Makes the car look good.
Time do you call this?
Sorry, Gov. Traffic was murder.
Never make professionals.
Neither were they.
The all action Almira.
Tell me about it.
We asked our customers why they buy the car insurance from Admiral, and they told us, because they save money. Admiral saved me £100, Admiral saved me £192, Admiral saved me £80. I saved £240. I can't promise I'll save you money, but if you're currently paying over £300, call Admiral now on 0990 600 800. You've got nothing to lose. That's 0990 600 800.
Jean-Paul? Pourquoi aimez-vous les M&M's?
Oh, but I can speak English, you know? The cheeky chocolate, those crazy colors.
What about the peanuts?
They are so crunchy. Naughty.
Don't you mean nutty?
Nutty, naughty, same thing. You naughty, naughty boy.
Oh dear.
Let's get out of here.
Starting tomorrow, only in the Telegraph, there's £500,000 worth of Panasonic TVs, hi-fis and videos to be won at Comet. Take part. Take the Telegraph.
Deutsche Ingenieure stellen tolle Reifen her. Aber miese Dachterrassen. Continental Tires. German engineering where you need it most on a car.
After a stunning record victory over Australia, the All Blacks are set for revenge. It's a repeat of the World Cup final as the Kiwis take on South Africa in a massive grudge match.
So other nations are served notice.
New Zealand v South Africa, live and exclusive Saturday morning, 3:15 on Sky Sports.
Oldham were on the wrong end of a 12-try mauling at St Helens in May. It was their worst defeat in Super League, and they're out for revenge here at Boundary Park. It's a warm, sultry evening. The pitch is in magnificent condition here at Boundary Park. And out come the league leaders, led by their captain, Bobby Goulding. Behind him, Alan Hunt, then Steve Prescott, Joey Hayes, Carl Hammond. Champions-elect, a point clear at the top, and Joey Hayes has come back with a bang. 2 tries in 2 Super League appearances, and in great form here at Oldham last season. Good crowd here at Boundary Park tonight, swollen by the appearance of St Helens. They've brought many supporters with them. But Oldham, it's their home game, the Bears, and a big match for them. Defeat against Castleford last Sunday stopped them coming into this game on the back of a 4-match winning run. And the Bear is here in all his glory. Joe Faimalo, the big second-row forward, 2 tries as a substitute at Boundary Park against Paris Saint-Germain last time we took a look at the Oldham Bears. The teams then: Oldham at fullback is Aitchison, 3/4 Bell, Hill, Topping and Ranson, Maloney and Crompton the half, forwards Gildart, Munro, Timu, Lord, Faimalo, Bradbury. It's a formidable pack. Guy, Davidson, Crook, McKinney. Coach is Andy Goodway, former Wigan favourite, of course, no doubt trying to do his former club a big favour here tonight. The red and white balloons in the colours of the Oldham club head skywards. And here's the St Helens team. Prescott at fullback, Hayes, Hunt, Newlove, Arnold, 3/4, Hammond and Goulding. Perolini, Cunningham, Fogarty, Joint, McVie and Morley. Unchanged are the Saints and on the bench, but it's Haig, Matautia, Northey, Pickavance. Coach Sean McRae, and surely if McRae lands the Super League title, he has to be in the running for Coach of the Year. Here is a man who is in the running for Referee of the Year, no doubt. Russell Smith, one of the top officials in Super League this summer. As I say, it's a beautiful, warm evening. It's a shirt-sleeve crowd. Temperatures dipping now, I would say, somewhere just below 20 degrees Celsius, but not too much below. And it's Oldham against St Helens in the Stones Super League. We're live and exclusive here at Boundary Park. The pitch looks like a billiard table. It really does. And Bobby Goulding is getting ready to get this eagerly awaited match underway. A vital game for the Saints. A match that they daren't lose to open the door again to Wigan at the top of the table. Goulding restarts. Here we go. Important night this is for St Helens. And Oldham, well, they would love nothing better than to have the scalp of the league leaders hanging from their belts come 9 o'clock.
That is for sure. This is a day that the Saints really do have to stand up and be counted. Bradford did them the favour last week with a defeat over Wigan. That 1 point is vital to them, but they need the 2 tonight. And it's in the forwards that they really have to show their prowess. They've really got to be strong. This Oldham 6 is rough and tough.
Munro was the dummy half, and Martin Crompton makes a little half break. He was ankle tapped as he went over the halfway line. Munro is trapped by Hammond, gets the ball away to David Bradbury, and Bradbury will drill the ball over the top and towards the corner. Good kick from Bradbury.
Quick thinking, opted to go on the blind side. There was no one at home. Didn't have to split the winger and the full back. There was just no one there for 30 or 40 yards. A fine talent, loose forward David Bradbury.
He had a big game when we were last here for Paris Saint-Germain, David Bradbury. 7th in a row at loose forward. Packing down at the back of that scrum. The ball comes out somewhat untidily. Saints have it.
Well, we spoke about battles before the game. It'll also be a battle royal at the halfbacks. Bobby Goulding against Martin Crompton. Keep your eyes out for the 2 number 7s.
And keep your eye out also for Perolini and Timu. There are battles throughout this match. Apollo Perolini was back to his best against Halifax last week. Derek McVie.
Well, we just saw Jason Timu really put a good shoulder on Adam Fogarty, and Fogarty, the prop forward, felt that.
Goulding was under pressure there from Howard Hill. Got the kick in, though. And Adrian Bell will collect it behind his own line. This will be the 0 tackle. It won't count. He almost got through Newlove, and Newlove had to rely on a little bit of help from Kieran Cunningham. Who else?
Tremendous run by the winger there. Adrian Bell, you could see the determination on his face. Such body strength.
Crompton straight up the middle. Well, Crompton has made 2 early breaks, and he looks really in the mood. This now is Gildart. Lovely ball to Maloney. Maloney is hauled down by Morley.
It was high, over the top. Morley tried to get over him, but he got to the head. Beautiful play, though, by Gildart. Offloaded to the standoff, and you can see that Morley, the loose forward, far too high. Nothing malicious, no swinging arm. He just grabbed over the top of the shoulder. Russell Smith very quick in there.
And so the Welsh international, Chris Morley, it's his 4th start of the season, concedes the first penalty. And Francis Maloney, I suppose inevitably from bang in front and just over 30 metres out, hopes that he can add to his 34 Super League goals. That's the range that Maloney has got to cover. The most important thing as far as he's concerned is to get the ball dead if he doesn't kick the goal, and then at least Oldham will get possession back again. But the only thing on his mind just now is the 2 points on offer here. The flags rise, and that tells you that Oldham have the lead, courtesy of the boot of Francis Maloney. It's Oldham 2, St Helens 0.
Sweet connection there by the standoff. But you mentioned that Martin Crompton, 2 half breaks, and on both occasions it was a prop forward, Adam Fogarty, that just got the last gasp tackle in.
Martin Crompton rather looks as though he's gone back to his bleached rinse look for this Super League battle here tonight.
That makes 2 of us.
Good tackling by this Oldham defence, bringing young Danny Arnold to ground. This is Fogarty now, and Oldham, of course, would like nothing better than to beat the league leaders here and make 1 or 2 headlines for themselves. Perellini with the run, halted by Crompton and also Faimilo. Cunningham the dummy half. Here's Chris Joint, former Oldham player Chris Joint. I was going to say back on familiar territory, but watersheddings would be. Boundary Park maybe not so much familiar for Joint. Good kick though from Goulding.
Quick thinking there by the skipper. Had little possession, knowing too well that Saints quite happy to play out the full complement of 6. Good kick downfield. Make sure that their defence is solid at the scrum base.
Well, Oldham have not beaten St Helens at home since 1985. Just 5 wins and a draw from 29 in the old First Division since 1973. What about Super League 1996? Bradbury with the little run. Tackled by Hammond and Hunt. Munro is the dummy half. And a good little scampering run from Munro, taking over from the injured John Clark. Rarely, if ever, has Munro played hooker before tonight. Crompton and Maloney. Aitchison, good hands. That's Howard Hill. Usually a loose forward. Howard Hill, 3rd game in the centre, drops the ball.
And it looks as though he's injured. Hill. He went down awkward. Oh, yes. He's barely moved.
Leg buckled underneath him, didn't it?
Yeah. Oh, look at that. The pressure there to being applied. Chris Joint putting all the power into the tackle. Nothing untoward, but Hill caught awkwardly underneath it.
Well, the last thing that Andy Goodway, the Oldham coach, wants is yet another injury. When he was giving me his team yesterday, he said, no arguments. That's the 17 I've got. Howard Hill is limping off.
It always makes matters worse as well when you get injured actually carrying the football. It's usually when you just misinterpret the tackle.
Thought maybe it was his leg, Steve-O, but I'm not so sure now looking at that picture as he goes off. He's gingerly holding his ribs, isn't he?
Either that or the shoulder. Look how the shoulder seems to be misplaced. Maybe. Well, either way, he's in a lot of pain. And not the best for the Oldham Bears. Losing their big centre, Howard Hill.
It's his wrist.
Yeah.
So Howard Hill goes off and Paul Davidson comes on. He had missed the previous 3 before coming on as a substitute against Castleford last week. The clock restarts. Scrum goes down. Goulding feeds, gets possession. Hammond misses out Hunt and Newlove, Carl Hammond, then rounds Paul Topping. This now is Prescott. Good, mazy little run. First from Hammond, then from Prescott. Munro lying all over him.
That could be ominous, though. Paul Topping, a very strong defender. And Carl Hammond just skated past him.
Lovely ball from Newlove to Arnold. Arnold just tips it in field out to the back door. Joint does the same to Newlove. And Newlove then is enveloped. But there was a swinging arm seen by Russell Smith. Penalty to St Helens.
Timu going over the top. He didn't connect. Didn't matter. Referee Russell Smith saw it. A quick tap by Saints.
McVie off the ground into the arms of Fogarty. The penalty given for the intent, despite the fact that it didn't connect with the head of Paul Newlove. Good refereeing by Russell Smith, and Saints are running the penalty. They haven't decided to kick for goal. Newlove, Arnold, that's the reason why. Danny Arnold brings the ball back and gets the first try. Danny Arnold, his 18th in Super League. Made by Newlove's lovely pass and Goulding's astute run across the face of the defence.
Beautiful run by the Saints skipper. He runs the angle. See how it draws the defence to him. They don't know what to expect. Maloney went to him, but I'm afraid they got caught without the numbers. It was a beautiful pass by Newlove. Gary Lord could not get to it. This is the reason why they took the quick penalty. Timu didn't connect, just over the top, and it was quick thinking from the Saints. But a beautiful angle run. See how Maloney follows him, but there you see the substitute, Paul Davidson, was caught short. Beautiful pass, absolutely superb centre play by Phil Newlove. Danny Arnold, what a great start.
He gets the try. He scored in the last 5 at home, but he hasn't scored away until that moment since April against Halifax. Goulding now with the extras, and the league leaders have a 6-2 lead.
There's Paul Davidson. He's caught out in two minds, and he runs straight the way through. Off he goes. Beautiful pass by Newlove. Tremendous stuff.
Newlove with the run. We featured him before the match started. Certainly one of the best in the world. Now Davidson on for Howard Hill, and exposed a little with that move leading up to the St Helens try. He's normally a forward, Davidson, hardly a centre. Familo with a run, and he is just held by Chris Joint. Oldham supporters screaming for the penalty, non-forthcoming. Gildart gets Oldham to the halfway line. Munro is the dummy half. Good tackling by Perolini and Cunningham.
Tremendous work by the two markers there. It's so important these days that both markers go either side, work for each other. The Saints are doing that now.
Munro to Crompton, steps inside Goulding, hoists the kick under pressure from Hammond. Prescott, no pressure on him until he caught it, and then Munro clouted him.
Took it well. Munro had committed himself. Big shoulder, big hit. But he's had them before to Steve Prescott. He's in fine form.
Here come the Saints with Hammond again. Hammond thought about the pass to Morley, but took the tackle from Bradbury instead. This now is Chris Joint, Cunningham, and Fogarty. Fogarty to McVie. Cunningham was on the burst. Manages to keep the movement going to Perolini. Saints running hot. Here's Goulding. Hammond again. Goulding takes over, running the show. Morley drops it. That's a knock-on. Referee will put the scrum down.
Well, on this occasion, Paul Davidson did do the job. Davidson came straight through there. You could tell that Morley had just taken his eyes off the football, mainly because Davidson was spot on. Tremendous defence there by the sub, Paul Davidson.
Scrum goes down. Let's get some news of Howard Hill on the sideline. Bill.
And it's really bad luck for Howard Hill, because it seems as though he has dislocated his shoulder again. He's got a history of injury problems in that area. Steve Gartland, another injured Oldham player, is with me. you know just how many problems Howard has had with shoulder injuries, don't you?
Yeah, I think it's about the 5th time he's had to make a comeback now from, like you say, a serious injury from just taking knocks on his shoulder. He's had a reconstruction, and it's just been unfortunate for him. Like you said, no luck but bad luck. That's the case, I think, at the moment.
And I suppose that, I mean, that sort of bad luck does have a knock-on effect on your teammates as well when you see somebody go off like that.
Well, we'll have to, you know, they've got Les Davidson out there now in the centre position. He's usually in the 2nd row, so we'll have to change the shape a bit, and obviously it's going to affect us, yeah, on the right-hand flank.
Thanks, Steve.
Well, did you see that tackle by the man carrying the football now, Alan Hunt, on Jason Timu that resulted in the scrum? Terrific tackle from Hunt.
Did you see the look on the face of Jason Timu? He expected a big forward in there, and Alan Hunt got up beaming. Big grin all over his face, and why not?
This is McVie, nearly through. It took a tackle from Gildart to bring him down. Goulding, scampering run from Goulding. Newlove back on the inside. And the referee gives St Helens the penalty. He played advantage. Oldham had crept up at the play of the ball. Big grin on the face of Paul Newlove. Bobby Goulding slaps him on the back.
It was beautiful play, though, by Bobby Goulding. He really is back to his best. We saw last week when he was running the angles, controlling the show, never allowed Halifax, and again we see him doing exactly the same thing. See how Newlove comes at the right moment. Oh, it just waltzes through, doesn't it? Cover tackle gets to him, but they were not back the full 10. Good refereeing by Russell Smith. He allowed the advantage, none forthcoming.
And the penalty gives Bobby Goulding the opportunity of adding to the St Helens scoreline. 1-from-1 for Goulding. 13.25 minutes gone. Goulding misses. Looked like he drifted it in, just drawn it round, but it went the wrong side of the post. Could be costly.
And you can see that he's not happy with that at all. It was an easy kick at the right side of the field, around the ball angle kicker with the right foot.
Paul Aitchison got a bit of mud in his eye, maybe, or a loose contact lens, I wonder. Oldham drop out from the 20-metre line. Saints were able to run it back at them then here with Chris Morley. Impressive, the young loose forward at Knowsley Road last week against Halifax.
Great work rate. Doesn't know the meaning of stop. Well, we expected it pretty tough in the forward exchanges, and St Helens are hanging in very well indeed. In fact, they're beginning to take control now in the forwards. It was Oldham who was making the advantage line with ease, but now Saints are doing exactly the same thing.
Here's Chris Joint, 2nd row forward. Next try will be his 50th for St Helens after his effort last week. Goulding, looping past Perolini, quick hands. A little bit too quick from Hunt. Tried to be a bit flashy and fancy then to get the ball out wide to Hayes.
Beautiful passage of play, though. Perolini, superb stuff. A good play by Scott Ranson. He picked out the centre, Alan Hunt.
Looked like it actually came off Scott Ranson.
Well, the intended pass from Hunt was a back flip, and that's why the reason. There's offside. Well, he's playing it both ways.
Offside against Saints this time.
See Hunt getting the ball away there, even if it does come off Ranson. An intended pass. In other words, Hunt had lost control of it, and if it was going to the ground, that's classified as a knock-on. In fact, it wouldn't have surprised me if the referee could also have given it a forward pass. Either way, it was an infringement.
This is Aitchison. Aitchison decided to hang on, not give it to Davidson, who was steaming up on his outside. Munro, the dummy half. Crompton. Maloney's there. Gary Lord's there, but they go instead to Faimilo, who goes straight up the middle. Oh, it's a real handful to put down Faimilo, as Paris Saint-Germain found out on our last visit here. This is Timu. Good run from Timu. Good defence, though, from Saints. Munro. Crompton. And it bounced off Paul Davidson. Chance goes begging.
It certainly was. Crompton worked it. Pulled them in there, and you could see that Newlove just hesitated enough. And it was enough to get across to apply the pressure. But Davidson, if he'd have had that, surely the body weight would have taken him over.
This is McVie now, and he is wrestled to the ground. 16.5 minutes gone. Cunningham, the dummy half. Goulding to Chris Joint. Good tackling by Bradbury, and Lord is there too, and Gildart. Swarming round Chris Joint. I think they know he's a danger man.
Well, their defence has got sorted out now in the Oldham ranks.
Perolini nearly escaped the clutches, but not quite.
Talking about that Oldham defence, they move it quickly out wide, trying to get you to force down the middle. Oh, Topping picked Alan Hunt. But to his boys lost it. Let's play on. That'll be a knock-on now. Crowd don't like it. Referee's correct. He allowed Oldham the chance to pick up the loose football. They didn't. There you see it. You can see he was trying to motion to get the ball away. Why on earth? I'm sure this coach will be wanting to know why too. Tried to flick the ball round. Crompton. There you see it. Maybe there was a finger on the slow-mo there from Paul Topping.
Oldham have the possession back. Here comes Bradbury once more. Good defence from Joint and Newlove. Matt Munro is the dummy half. Gary Lord, he is Davidson. Davidson grounded by Morley's tackle. Munro to Crompton, and now Maloney. Halted 10 metres inside the Saints' half.
Maloney there was looking for the inside run, and you can see that he was shouting at his colleagues, saying, "Where were you?"
Timu having a real tussle there with Hammond. Munro. Crompton, neat play over the top, but Prescott had read the script well. It was a good following chase though by Topping, and then he was clattered on the deck by two players. They didn't like that, the Saints supporters or Steve Prescott. But let's get an impression of this match from Brian Smith, our special guest tonight. He's on the side with Bill.
Brian, Oldham seem to have been shaken by the loss of Howard Hill. They seem to have recovered from that.
Yeah, they started really well. Carted the ball very strongly at St Helens, and St Helens were struggling to hold on to them. Shouldn't underestimate this bloke that's replaced him, Davidson. He'll struggle to hold on to Newlove defensively, but when he's got the ball in his hands himself, really carries it very strongly. Oldham, I think, are just starting to hit that patch where, you know, the pace of the game is starting to tell on them. If St Helens get a series of quick play the balls in, they seem to struggle to get back and then get forward, like this sort of play where Goulding's getting across the park. If they got him on the back pedal first, they struggle with the lateral movement. But, you know, there's some great impact in this game so far. Oldham are really trying to bash them. And the intensity of the game, I think, is coming out of the fact that this is such a great ground, and there's a heap of noise here, and it's a tremendous atmosphere at ground level. I know that for sure.
Last tackle for St Helens. Goulding drops it under no pressure whatsoever. Holds the hand up, acknowledges the mistake.
Well, he's about 4 seconds ahead of himself there, Bobby Goulding. He was already getting into the motion of kicking the football. He was looking to see where the winger was positioned. It's a ploy that Saints use regular.
The fourth St Helens handling error. Oldham have made 3. We're midway through this first half. Good crunching tackle brings Gary Lord to ground. Gildart over halfway line. Bradbury.
Well, we often talk about Kieran Cunningham's attacking play, but on a couple of occasions so far in the first 20, he's brought off a couple of real mean crunch tackles.
Chris McKinney just on, plays that ball then. Little kick over the top. Joey Hayes did well, and he heard the hooves of Scott Ranson coming up behind him and ducked. Good job too. Hunt now for St Helens.
Good take, wasn't it? Joey Hayes knew that there was crunch time also. He went low. And you could see that this Oldham pack is coming in pretty hard and strong. When Alan Hunt took up the football, he shielded his pace.
Great break by Fogarty. He's got Perolini in support. Perolini, has he got the legs on Topping? Not bad for a prop forward, is it? And stormed in for the try.
Beautiful play by the prop forward, Adam Fogarty. Look at the step there, and he just brushed off Ian Gildart. He knew that the break was on. Good thinking by Apollo Parolini. Determined run, chopping. He tried everything to try to get close to him. Parolini knew he had the measure. Once he gets into open space, he's a hard man to stop. Apollo Parolini. Beautiful work. You see the step, he draws the two men. Gildart really should have put him down, but it was a neat pass on the inside. Apollo 1. He'll be looking for Apollo 2, 3, 4 maybe. That's a fine try.
Excellent try. He's pretty quick for a prop forward, isn't he, Parolini? Now Bobby Goulding. 1 out of 2. This the most difficult of the night so far. And he's missed. Could be a lot worse for Oldham. 2 points to 10 in St Helens' favour.
Defence is going out wide, and the step makes it that the second marker has to get him. That was Ian Gildart. He didn't get to him. You must make your tackle. But that was tremendous work by Parolini to position himself back on the inside. Great teamwork. Super try.
We're underway again, courtesy of Bobby Goulding, into the arms of Aitchison. And here now comes Chris McKinney. McKinney, 19, his third appearance of Super League. Adrian Bell. Good run from Bell. It needed a good tackle, and it came in from McVie, but then McVie wouldn't allow Bell to get to his feet to play the ball. Penalty to Oldham, holding down.
Silly play by the Australian. Done all the hard work and then decided to just pull him back on a second occasion.
And it was a huge penalty. Massive kick downfield. Look where Oldham are now. Gildart, straight up the middle, tackled by Parolini. Beautiful kick from Paul Topping has put them in this position with Munro, but he loses the ball, and Saints have come up with it, have they? No, Munro has managed to maintain possession. He did. How on earth that happened, I don't know. Lord. Oh, he drops it. That is St Helens' ball.
Well, they got away in the first time, but it was a one-on-one. Bobby Goulding definitely carted that ball down, banged it down as well. This is the first one, and it just drops back into his arms. Munro did well then.
Cunningham into dummy half. McVie around Topping, over the top. Hayes picks it up brilliantly. Hayes tips the ball back inside. One bounce to Hunt. Aitchison with a good tackle, but there is consternation on the terraces that the original pass might have been forward. Referee unimpressed. It's play on. New love. Danny Arnold wants the ball fed out wide. There is Arnold inside. Maloney. Support from Hammond. That's got St Helens written from start to finish throughout the move for that try. Perhaps a question mark about an early pass out wide that Joey Hayes managed to pick on, but from that moment on, St Helens were determined to score.
Nice break from Derek McVeigh, put the winger away, and what great footwork from Steve Prescott. Hammond out wide, and Bobby Goulding wants to get the ball out there. Look how he explodes into top speed. He takes two with him. Davidson went along for the ride. Maloney couldn't get to him. Hammond, beautiful play. This one was perhaps a little bit suspect. You could see how Joey Hayes had to lean forward, but it looked all right for mine. He did well. Then the long ball out wide, but look out. They go the both the same way. Oh, dearie me, 2-on-1. The class of new love there. Well finished, though, by Hammond.
So Carl Hammond gets the try, the third St Helens try of the night. Arnold, Parolini, and now Carl Hammond and Bobby Goulding. 1 out of 3. This eminently kickable. Right over the top of the black dot. Flags go up. 16-2. Saints gradually are taking control here.
Well, let's see. He makes the break, does McVeigh. Now he's moving forward. Well, he had to reach for it, but they do have the momentum rule. McVeigh was moving forward. And often referees give that. But it was a dubious one. They got away with it.
Here it is again. McVeigh, though, is moving forward all the time.
But the way that Hayes had to reach forward, yeah. Well, we've seen him brought back from that, but let's not take anything away from that St. Helens try. That really was superb play. The way that Newlove just went across in the arc, dragged in two defenders.
Better run from Familo. Bounced two out of the way.
And they need it. That should be a penalty. Joey Hayes was holding him down. Oldham really need to get on with this game.
Davidson, that's a great run. He's got support from Crompton. Oh, Crompton has bombed a certain 4 points. And Crompton just nods his head. He knows it.
Well, I'm not so sure that that wasn't forward either, but good run from Paul Davidson. Throws the dummy, draws Prescott, and it's try time. Got the shopping. Oh, had the trolley. Couldn't get it in the basket. Dearie me, he knows it. Such a vital time as well. They were desperate for points.
His first handling error, and what a handling error from the Oldham captain. He just had to stroll in under the posts, and that would have been 8-16, and what a different complexion on the game then.
This is where the professionalism of the Saints side has to come to the fore now. Just play out the six. They've got away with that try.
Well, there's an old saying, isn't there? That's a forward pass, by the way.
He delayed it far too long. Kieran Cunningham. And as yet, it must be a ploy by their coach. There you could see he held it off. McVeigh just half a yard in front. But it's got to be a ploy by the Saints coach, Sean McRae, because we have yet to see Kieran Cunningham run once from dummy half. Now, we know he can split any defence in Super League.
Scrum wheels round. Referee Russell Smith wants it to reform. So let me just go back to that old saying, Steve, when you're down, you're down. Oldham aren't down at the bottom, but they're not up at the top of the league like Saints are. And that try that went away from them for Martin Crompton.
Well, the most amazing thing is that Martin Crompton...
Oh, that's forward too.
It's probably... Oh, that's play on. And that's play on. Take your chances. Neither side did on that occasion. But good refereeing by Russell Smith. No, you're right, Eddie. As we're trying to say that Martin Crompton, one of the safest pair of hands in Super League.
Munro to Chris McKinney. They need more runs like we saw from Faimalo and Davidson in the move leading up to that Crompton bomb try. Here's Crompton again. He will try his hardest now to make amends. That was Faimalo on the run, 12 metres short of the St. Helens line. Can they get over this time? Crompton again. Out wide it goes. Even further out wide, and Ranson. Well, it didn't take them long to make amends, but instead of being under the posts, Ranson is over the line, way out on the far touch line. But at least it's 4 for Oldham.
And they don't come much better than this. You could see how the sliding defence went short. Topping, beautiful ball out wide to the winger, Scott Ranson. The combination of Martin Crompton and Topping is superb. Crompton's delayed pass, look at that. Not only did he just draw one man, Alan Hunt came out of position too. It's worked well. Keep your eye out there. Look at how Alan Hunt had come out of the position. Joey Hayes had to come in off the wing. Ranson accepts it gleefully. Superb pass. Beautiful pass there from Topping. Copybook stuff. Scores the try correctly. Body over the top of the ball. No chance of losing possession.
Scott Ranson, a try last week, a try this. That's 2 in 2 games now. He had missed the previous 7. Good comeback from injury for Scott Ranson. Francis Maloney now with a conversion attempt. Difficult angle he's got. Oh, I tell you what. Great 2 points. Well, bang bang in front or way out wide, they still come up with 2 points. Kicks like that. But that, I think, is worth a lot more with efforts like that from the kickers.
Alan Hunt, he moves across. Extra man. Thank you. Superb piece of football. It doesn't come better than this.
Well, the game now does have a different complexion. We've got 8.5 minutes to half-time, and Oldham 8, St Helens 16. It's good to see that Oldham, who have brought this match to Boundary Park, are being rewarded by a fine crowd on this Friday evening. St Helens have obviously brought quite a few supporters with them that has swelled the crowd here. But Boundary Park, an excellent venue to watch Super League. And if I had a way, Steve-O, and I'm sure I speak for the Oldham club as well, they would probably play all their Super League matches here if they possibly could.
Let's hope so. The ground is terrific. The surface, look at that. It's as near to Wembley as you'll get.
Lovely little kick forward. Talking of Wembley, St Helens won there, of course. But they've got a scrap on their hands now.
Neat little chip through. He was not obstructed. He thought he'd get away with it. But Paul Aitchison hesitated. They got the tails up, Oldham. That try really has lifted them.
They're on the halfway line. That was McKinney. He played the ball to Matt Munro. He's taking on Kieran Cunningham, Joint and Fogarty. Lost that particular battle. Crompton to Maloney. The run is from Bradbury. Oh, and Chris Joint fell that. Bradbury, a lovely break. Halted only by Prescott. Topping was there in support. Pass never came. Munro to Crompton, who dabs it through. It's a race. It's a try to claim it. McKinney and Lord. Referee gives the try. I think it was Lord, but I wouldn't like to place my house on it. McKinney is celebrating. It doesn't matter for Oldham. They've hit back brilliantly.
Martin Crompton used Topping to perfection. That could have been offside. Topping had gone through beforehand and did not come back. Now, you must get 5 meters back when you're playing the football. Topping was in front, but Crompton utilised him to the full effect. And I think you'll find that Chris McKinney just gets there before Lord. There's not much in it. Either way, they can split it 2 points each. But it's a vital forward. Notice how Crompton, he uses him as a shadow. Well, dearie me today, a man standing offside, used as a shield, and they got away with it.
2 tries in 4 minutes. We'll give it to Chris McKinney. It looked like he won the race with Gary Lord. And Francis Maloney now has a real opportunity here to close the gap still further. I tell you what, they'll be roaring this one over in Wigan. He's missed it. 12 points to 16. How vital might these missed kicks be?
Well, there's a play the ball. He's on the defending side. He has to come back. Supposedly, he makes no attempt. He stops. There you see it. It's no good putting your arms over your head. That went out right about 1932. Well, they're back, but they're back in a controversial manner.
5 minutes to half-time. The league leaders just ahead. A match they looked like they had in their pockets. Remember also, Martin Crompton missed the easiest opportunity. Pickavance has replaced Derek McVie. Fogarty to Hunt. Great tackle that was. It was Aitchison. He saved a certain try. Hammond, Newlove, cuts inside Davidson, tries to brush away from Maloney. Hammond was tackled without the ball. Someone's on his way to the bin here, I think.
Yeah, no doubt about that. He allowed play on to see where the Saints could score the try. I think you'll find that it was Adrian Bell involved. He took a man out, not in possession of the football. He's pleading innocent. It looks
it's
like
Bradbury. Bradbury's taking 10 minutes in the bin.
Now we know why Adrian Bell was pleading innocent. Well, that's a step on the inside. Maloney just couldn't get to him. Neither could Davidson. And there you see Bradbury in the back. Took out Hammond. Well spotted by Russell Smith. For those new viewers to rugby league, the reason why he didn't blow up straight away is that referee Russell Smith allowed the advantage just in case St Helens could have scored a try. And as soon as the play was stopped, the referee sent Bradbury 10 minutes into the sin bin. Professional foul.
But it was a terrific tackle from Aitchison on Hunt. Look at that. Hunt was away. Goulding now with this penalty attempt. Makes no mistake. Another 2 to the Saints' cause. 18 points to 12.
Well, it may be a little bit costly to find themselves down to 12 men just before the half-time break, but perhaps they turned a possible 6 points for Saints to only 2, and only 6 points between the two sides.
But it's cost them a man. He's off the field for the remainder of this half and about 6 or 7 minutes of the second 40 as well. Well, St Helens 18-12 ahead, runners up for a record 7 times since two-division football was reintroduced in 1973. They've had enough of being the bridesmaid. They want the major prize this year. And they lead by 18-12, but they're in a match because this is Munro. Munro still, and it was a desperate tackle back by Prescott. Topping, quick play the ball, Saints are in trouble. That was Crompton, this is Bell.
Munro didn't play that ball with his foot, but I think the referee said play on anyway, because Saints were offside. Munro was being interfered with as he tried to play the football, but Saints were all offside. Leading the charge was Morley. 4 or 5 for the referee Smith to pick from.
Morley perhaps the most furthest forward. And needless to say, with a minute and a half to go to half-time, Oldham will take the 2 points on offer and reduce the deficit to 4 points.
Well, you just get to that feeling that Saints are taking control of this game, and they suddenly just go to sleep for vital seconds. Oldham bounced back. Been an interesting first 40, that is for sure.
We enter the last minute of the first half. Maloney with the kick from bang in front. 2 more points for Oldham. Gap 4. 14-18. Francis Maloney safe from that range. He got 2 tries against Leeds 2 weeks ago, which brought Oldham their first win at Headingley in 9 years. And it was a sweet moment for Maloney, former Leeds man. Hammond with the drive upfield. And there's the half-time siren. Martin Crompton knows a try escaped him, but you have to credit his team for sticking to their task in this first half. 16-2 down at one stage. They turn round now, only 4 points adrift at 18 points to 14. Paul Aitchison, wonderful tackle from him that prevented Alan Hunt from scoring. But Perolini, one of the great tries of this first half, beat Topping for pace. The league leaders ahead at half-time, but only just.
What if the dream of time travel is a reality?
If you go back and you change something, it's serious.
It's going to take a special type of cop
This one is mine.
to patrol time. Van Damme in Time Cop premieres Saturday at 10 on the Movie Channel.
Time Cop is just one of 46 television premieres this month on Sky's 3 movie channels.
Call 0990 10 20 30 and we'll switch you on.
When we got home, we discovered the usual pocket full of leftover holiday money. Then we discovered we could sell it back to the place where we bought it. Who, we discovered, don't charge commission. Which, we discovered, gave us just enough for a delicious reminder of the time we'd had.
Once your holiday is over, Thomas Cook will buy back your leftover holiday money without charging commission. Thomas Cook. A little difference can make all the difference.
Spend over £95 on any bike and choose £10 of cycle accessories free. Come to Halfords if you're nuts about bikes.
You know, it's not just the new Renault Megane that talks your language. Renault Freeways does too. Renault Freeways is a brand new range of free finance offers. For instance, with Freeways 2, you can buy any Renault except special editions, and we'll pay your monthly repayments for you until 1997. So now there's just one thing to do. Choose the one you want. Renault Freeways, your best route yet to a new Renault.
The more unhealthy the environment becomes, the more you wash and dry your hair. But too much towel drying can leave it looking and feeling weak and unhealthy. So, for a head start and healthy-looking hair, I recommend Pantene.
Pantene contains provitamin B5 that nourishes the root, while its advanced formula strengthens your hair all the way to the tip,
leaving it feeling and looking healthy and strong.
Pantene Pro V for hair that looks so healthy it shines.
Can you think of anything that's a quarter cheaper than it was 3 years ago?
Afraid none of your measurements, sir.
You get nothing for nothing these days, mate. Nothing for nothing.
Everything goes up, doesn't it? Nothing goes down.
Don't ask me, love. I only work here.
It's aftershave, that's one thing.
Cheaper? Something cheaper?
Well, every BT 10-minute call to the USA during a weekday evening has dropped from £5.14 to just £3.79.
Don't tell my wife.
And you could pay even less with one of BT's discount packages. For more information, call free phone 0800 800 060.
New Centrum. Nothing has more vitamins and minerals at precisely 100% ECRDA. Centrum, complete from A to zinc.
Helens ahead by 18 points to 14 at half-time. Oldham with 2 tries. St Helens with 3. Arnold, Perolini and Hammond. Goulding has kicked 3 goals, as has Maloney. But it's just a 4-point deficit at half-time. Well, this is Summer Rugby League, and here we are for Super League out in the glorious evening that is Oldham tonight. It's so warm in that studio. Steve-O and I decided we'd have a little break. Brian Smith, of course, has been out here in shirt sleeves throughout the course of this match. It's a great contest, Brian.
It is indeed. St Helens have probably shaded Oldham, but they fought back really well in the latter part of that half. I thought Oldham really showed some resilience. A lot of teams have caved in at that point where St Helens have gotten on top. Had a bit of luck, I thought, with a couple of shady decisions as well, did St Helens early, but Oldham have fought back strongly. This is a real contest.
Well, it is a real contest, and league leaders are there to be shook up, aren't they, as you know, over the past 2 weeks?
Well, it brings the best out in good teams, and I think Oldham have responded the way everybody wants them to. If St Helens are to win the title, we want them to earn it.
Steve-O, I'm sure that Wigan and their supporters will be watching this with great interest, because there's no doubt this match is not over yet.
No, and I think that the Oldham side know that as well. That they were building in confidence as that game went on. It was the same old Saints, wasn't it? We saw them race off into a good lead, a commanding lead, and it looked as though they were going to start taking control. And then what do? They appear to just have a lapse and allow Oldham back into the game, and that is their biggest problem. They do all the wonderful things, they score beautiful tries, and then they just lose the plot. I'm sure that Sean McRae won't be too happy at half-time.
Brian, 16 points to 2 up. You'd have put your house on St Helens to go on and close this game out.
I'm a bit fussier about what I put my house. I've had to work too hard for mine, Eddie. You might put your house there.
Well, I'll put Steve-O's on it then.
Which house, though? Is it here or the one in Australia?
I think that's the thing about the modern game, is that you can't really shut a game down at that score this early in the game. And I think Oldham deserve a lot of credit. Steve-O's saying that St Helens have gone to sleep. Well, you know, perhaps they took the foot off the pedal a little, but I think Oldham deserve a lot of credit. The way they've carted the ball up around the rucks, they're so vigorous that if you're not strong, they're going to bust right through your tackle, and that's where they beat St Helens. I did say before the game that I reckoned Hunt and Hayes were in for a bit of a tough time out there, and that's where the 2 tries have come. Ultimately, some good play by Oldham that led to those tries, and maybe even better top quality players might have struggled with that. But I think they've pinpointed that side a little bit. They're really having a crack at it.
I think Brian's right, because Crompton is controlling things down on that blind side, on that left-hand side. I mean, the first try that they created, they caught St Helens napping, long ball out wide. Hunt came in for perhaps the intercept, and they got the overlap. But the second try, that was a controversial one. They'll still be talking about that for a long, long time. Topping was offside by at least 10, 15 yards. Crompton used him as a shield, went round, and referee said play on. Quite remarkable.
Well, here it is, and you'll see here that he definitely uses him, Topping, as a foil, doesn't he? No doubt about that.
Do you think he interfered with anybody?
Well, his presence there just put a little doubt in the back of the mind.
The fact is, he has to go back. He has to not involve himself in the play and show that he's trying to get back into an onside position.
You obviously disagree.
I'd hate to have you doing my hair, Steve. I
tell you what, I'd hate you to have him doing mine. You wouldn't be long.
I think you're nitpicking there. I mean, he's in an offside position, but in my opinion, he didn't interfere with the play there.
Yeah, but Crompton utilised him as, to mine, a shepherd, and I've seen many a referee pull that up.
I like this one. We're back to disagreeing. I like that.
Well, that's right. Well,
I'm comfortable with that.
That's exactly why. But you see, there, if he would have been the referee, he would have used him as a perfect foil, wouldn't he?
No, he's not in. There's no defender there that's done anything other than what he would have done without the player being there. I thought it was some skillful play by Crompton. That's what we should be talking about. The way he kept the ball in the in goal. It didn't go dead. A great chase and some good lead-up work as well. Let's give Oldham a rap here, Eddie.
Absolutely, yeah, we will. We'll give Oldham the rap. There's no doubt about that, because they have fought their way back into the match. A match that, as we said, looked as though it was away from them.
They also deserve some credit for this here tonight, mate.
Yeah.
I reckon. This is, I mean, I've never been to Boundary Park before, and water sheddings can stay where it is. This is great. Great atmosphere. That bear wandering around. The people are getting right behind this.
Not only
music.
that, they said, Brian, that they couldn't get the grass ready in summer. They couldn't create a pitch for fine open rugby league football. Well, we've seen it today. In fact, it's been absolutely sensational. I can't wait for the second 40 minutes.
The only one who's not in the party is the referee so far. I think the Oldham fans aren't too happy with him.
Well, it's wonderful entertainment that we've got for you, and a marvellous pitch here as well. And who would have thought it possible that we would do a half-time summary in shirt sleeves on the pitch in Oldham, of all places? But we've done it tonight here at Boundary Park, because this is Summer Super League, and it's great entertainment, as we say. Well done, Oldham, for the fight back. Can they keep it going now in the second half? Can they hold on to the league leaders' shirt tails? They've certainly given themselves hope. St Helens going into a very early lead, 16-2, but Oldham, they've fought back bravely. 14-18 half-time.
Contact lenses and solutions from just $9.95 a month. Plus a pair of Aurora sunglasses absolutely free. Specsavers Opticians.
What's the worst kept promise in the world, eh?
I do take thee.
No, not that one. Don't be so cynical. It's this one.
Hi, George. Look, I can't stop. I'll give you a call.
Okay, great. We say it all the time.
Oh, hi, how are you? Can't stop. I'll give you a call.
We even put it on our Christmas cards. I'll call you in the new year. Oh, yeah. That's it. Daft, isn't it? We let a friendship drift just for the want of a phone call. So if you said recently you'll call someone, well, do it. Right now. And after all, you're not the type of person to break a promise, are you?
George, it's Tom. Well, I said I would, didn't I?
It's good to talk.
Looking for a holiday? Then pick up the paper with the biggest selection. It's smart to start with Dalton's Weekly, on sale now.
You know, it's not just the new Renault Megane that talks your language. Renault Freeways does too. Renault Freeways is a brand new range of 3 finance offers. For instance, with Freeways 2, you can buy any Renault except special editions, and we'll pay your monthly repayments for you until 1997. So now there's just one thing to do. Choose the one you want. Renault Freeways, your best route yet to a new Renault.
Pantene is one of the few shampoos in my office to make it into my bathroom.
Pantene, for hair that looks so healthy it shines.
American Express, how may I help you? Let's see. Business class, I'll seat as usual.
Travel insurance?
Yes, I'm sure we can find a plan to suit you.
Our credit card would let you spread payments over time. Right now, you have enough points for a flight to Paris.
You have enough points for a dinner for 2 in your area.
We made an arrangement just for our customers. I was just calling to check everything turned out all right.
Glad we could help.
Maybe it's time you let American Express help you do more.
Win 2 World Championships. Then, on a new bike with a new team, win a 3rd. Only a man like Carl Fogarty would accept such a mission. Only Fogarty would make it possible. Superbikes live from the USA. Race 1 starts at 7:30 p.m. Sunday on Sky Sports.
St Helens ahead 18 points to 14 at half-time. We're here at Boundary Park. The Saints unbeaten at watersheddings in their last 9 league and cup visits. But this is new territory for them. But they are just holding on at half-time. Bobby Goulding was running the angles and taking on the Oldham defence. England international, of course. Great Britain international also. Bobby Goulding, 9 caps. And it's a battle royal between him and Martin Crompton. Crompton, the Oldham skipper, and he really should have scored a try against St Helens here tonight. Dropped the ball with the line at his mercy. But let's not harp on about that too much, because it was a great fight back from Oldham towards the end of that first half. No easy touches in Super League. And Francis Maloney restarts the second half of this Stones Super League battle between Oldham and Saints. St Helens, we keep emphasising it, just how important it is, as new love for them goes on the first run of the second half. Remember, before the start of play this weekend, they're just a point clear of the champions Wigan. But Perolini with another run. Tracked down here by Aitchison, the ball out wide to Hayes. Oh, brilliant from Hayes. Into Perolini, and Perolini gets the try. Perolini's second, but put it down to Joey Hayes, who was bundled into touch and clattered into the advertising hoardings, but still got the pass away. Super try.
Perolini made it, and Perolini finished it off. But Hunt nearly spoiled the party. He gets the fingertips to this, where the ball's going to Hayes out wide. He touches it, and Hayes gets it in there. Good positioning by the touch judge, and good support by the big fella, Apollo Perolini. He plays a prop forward game, but has the speed of a 3/4. Threw the dummy there. They went far too high. And look at the speed. Aitchison couldn't get anywhere near him. But look at that, back on the inside. The crowd raised, and why not? That is a tremendous effort by Perolini.
Bobby Goulding adds the extra 2. Just the sort of start the league leaders wanted. That try, we reckon, came after just 40 seconds of the second half. Perolini scored it. Goulding added 2 more points, but credit Joey Hayes.
Certainly does. It was a beautiful pass there, and he got it in before his foot touched the touchline. Great effort. Wonderful to see these slow-mos of these wonderful athletes.
So Oldham with it all to do again. The gap now 10 points.
Well,
Can they fight back for a second time?
I was just about to say that it's important that Oldham keep their defence pretty tight, especially with Bradbury still off the field. He's still in the sin bin, so they're down at 12, but Saints have made them pay. It was a great break, though, by the prop forward, Perolini.
He makes, on average, 100 metres per game in Super League. Davidson's making a few here. Aitchison's in support, brilliantly off the ground to Maloney. The clutching of Maloney, they're all going too high. And Maloney gets Oldham on the fourth tackle to the 20-metre line.
Pop, pop, go the Champagne. This is Champagne football. Tremendous stuff.
Out from Davidson to Munro. Munro is tackled by Newlove and Morley. They made 79 metres. This is the last one, and they're running it with Maloney, and now for Milo. Good defence, though. Hammond and Perolini.
Hammond low, right round the ankles. Perolini over the top. They really did finish off Joe Familo there, but it was superb football by Oldham. Look at that. Great low tackle there by Hammond. Put his head to one side, made sure the execution was superb.
Well, the Rugby Football League announced just yesterday that crowds are up in Super League, probably for an average over the past 20 years. This is the best season, and it's no wonder with entertainment like this. And they have certainly rolled up to Boundary Park tonight to see the league leaders in action and see stars like Goulding and Morley and Hammond. Hammond up the middle, loses the ball. Ranson is able to pick up the pieces under pressure from Joint.
Good play by Familo. He gets back. Hammond loses possession. Possibilities here. Adrian Bell takes it up. They're not going to throw the towel in, and that guy certainly didn't. It was a great tackle.
4 minutes of this second half gone, and remember, Oldham still down to 12 men. Bradbury is in the sin bin, but over on the far side now, warming up, ready to return to the fray.
Some good working then by the substitute Paul Davidson. He's kept the ball alive well, playing in the centre position.
Crompton does well to keep the movement going again to Munro. They just hung off then, St Helens, almost fatally. And Prescott, the man who hauled him down, Lord to Crompton. Davidson, it was up round Davidson's neck.
Not the best pass there from Crompton. He was well looked after, though. Two Saints defenders was moving through. Sigh of relief for the Saints. They know that this Oldham Bear side will not give in. They are bouncing back.
2.5 minutes left for David Bradbury in the sin bin. St Helens will attack down this right-hand side again with Hayes. Ranson and Topping there to bring Joey Hayes to ground.
We haven't seen a big kicking game or the bomb from Goulding yet. Oh, that's forward.
It went off Pickavance. The referee now will bring them back.
Well, lack of concentration yet again at a time when they should really be applying the pressure. Shouldn't be taking the ball up like that. See how he runs it over. Pickavance a yard in front. Well, as yet, Eddie, I am still confused. I have not seen a run from Kieran Cunningham as yet. All I can suspect is that he must be injured.
Certainly not the dominant figure he was last Sunday against Halifax. Aitchison now. Aitchison straightening it up. Tackle was from Newlove. There's Cunningham just jogging back into the defensive line. Bell, good run. Good defence. Morley and Joint. 2 tackles gone. Oldham, though, inside the St Helens half of the field. Crompton, Topping. Cuts inside Goulding. Tries to hand off Perolini. Hunt goes for a piggyback. Munro again. Ian Gildart now. Almost through Cunningham. Topping's there. Lord's there. Good tackling back by Pickavance. Munro to Crompton. They're being lifted by this crowd at Boundary Park. Milo tackling
tackle
from Joint.
Oh, superb tackle. He read it well then, did Joint.
Crompton, Maloney, out wide it goes again. Bell! nobody give it to the video ref to decide. The video ref will have the vote on this. Adrian Bell's convinced the try is good. What say you, video ref?
It'll ring true. Bell's in. Yeah, no doubt about it. The crowd, they lift. Formality, surely. Feet well and truly in the field of play before the contact. A good 6 inches. They can celebrate.
It's got your vote, Steve-O. The man who's important, though, is a video ref. Everyone is watching the screen. Here it comes. Try's given. Adrian Bell gets the nod from the video ref. A try here against Paris Saint-Germain 3 weeks ago, and a try now.
Tremendous work from Crompton again. The long ball out wide. Maloney's there. See how he used Davidson as a foil. Aitchison linked through, and Bell did the business. Beautiful pass from Maloney. See how they cut short. They're trying to fill in. But Arnold had drifted across. He took out Aitchison. It left the opening for Bell.
Try given on the nod of the video ref.
They just will not give in, will they?
Keep coming up off the canvas, don't they? Maloney. This is probably the most difficult kick he's had tonight. That's the angle. Wrong side of the field for a right-footed kicker. Trying to slice it over the posts. Drifts it in front of those posts instead. 18-24, but they're like a swarm of gnats, Oldham. Despite Saints trying to swat them, they won't go away.
Quick passing, 3-on-2, overlaps created. Superb play. That was a superb ball from Maloney. Aitchison fed the winger, and he did well. He kept low, slid in at the corner. We're in for a great finish again.
We are, and David Bradbury has returned for Oldham. He's out of the sin bin. So Oldham now back to their full complement of 13. Perolini has gone off, to be replaced, though, by Matautia. Not bad. One Western Samoan for another. Fogarty.
Well, Sean McRae, the Saints coach, obviously wants fresh legs out there because it was sheer misunderstanding. Remember that forward pass to Pickavance allowed the possession to go to Oldham. Well, here he starts. Could this be the turning point for Saints now? That's the first real run from Cunningham from Dunny half.
Joint over the halfway line, taking on Crompton. Crompton, and he needed a little bit of help from Faimilo. Cunningham, dummy half. This is the last one for Saints. Goulding hoists the bomb. Interesting. It comes back on the St Helens side. Out the back door it goes. The referee, though, has called that the tackle was completed. Even though Paul Newlove did manage to catch it on the fall and get the ball away, the tackle was effected there.
Did well, Newlove there. Put himself well in front of Bell. You can see the difference in size. But Bell tackled him quickly.
Well, I've mentioned that Oldham have got quite a few stars out. So too have Saints, it must be said. But Oldham have got quite a few out. One of them is Darren Abram, and he is on the sideline with Bill.
Darren's actually doing coaching duty. He's in radio contact with Andy Goodway, the Oldham coach, and I should imagine pretty satisfied with the way your guys just won't lie down.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the call is enthusiasm all throughout the game, which I think we've proved. You know, we've been behind, we're coming back. In the first half, I think we've blew away 3 chances, 3 good scoring chances, which would have put us in front. I mean, the lads are playing well. We've got, you know, a couple of injuries to our deal, which upset us in the first 10 minutes. Paul Davidson's come on in the centre and had a couple of good big runs and kept Paul Newell pretty quiet, I think. But they're playing really well. We're really up for the game and we really want to win. You know, we're not lying down. Saints are on top of the league, and we're going to come out and give them a bashing if we can.
Looks like you're doing that, certainly. Thanks, Darren.
Enthusiastic, isn't he? And no wonder. And I'm sure people watching at home will be enthusiastic about this, because this is quite a good game now. It really is. It's bubbling up lovely for a great finish. The kick over the top was from Goulding. It was well watched by Ranson, who denied Joey Hayes.
Did well. They elected to kick early in the tackle count, but Ranson spotted it well. Good option, but you could see Ranson had gone back just before Hayes got to him. Oh, bad mistake.
Cunningham picks up the loose ball. That is a big error. That ball comes free. It was stolen. It's a penalty to St Helens. Silly penalty. He's tapped it. Or did he tap it at all? I'm not so sure he tapped that at all.
I don't think he tapped it on the right spot. And that is why he's putting the scrum down. He moved it from the spot and maybe didn't tap it.
He didn't tap it, definitely.
Yep. Well spotted by Russell Smith. Well, did he? He motioned to it, did Cunningham. He definitely moved the leg, but obviously not enough.
Like one of your golf air shots.
The ball doesn't move, so it is right. Gee, it's a tough one to call that.
Or did it just wobble? Anyway,
according to the referee, it didn't wobble or do anything. Stood there like your egg on a morning. Mind you, I think you've just got enough strength to knock the top off.
And the referee, we believe, said that he moved off the mark and didn't take the penalty from the correct spot. That's why the scrum was put down.
But what about that incident there? He claimed that Fogarty was not involved in the tackle. It was definitely reefed out. A lot of controversy, but it's keeping the action going.
Sure is, and Farmilo has gone off, and number 31, Rhys Guy, has come on. And there he is immediately in the tackling. Rhys Guy, the New Zealand prop forward. That's Chris Morley. Cunningham, the dummy half, hands the pass on to Hammond, who finds Fogarty. Fogarty is clattered from behind as he thought about releasing the pass as he twisted. Cunningham again, Goulding to Hunt. Topping was ahead of him. Munro came in quickly too to snuff the danger out.
Great tackle by Topping again. It's been a great battle between Hunt and Topping the centre.
And this is Picker bouncing out wide for Hayes, and Hayes gets the try. The dyke broke, and Joey Hayes gets his first try of the night. Been back for 3 and has scored in them all.
Good work on the blind side. The switch here, it was superb. Planned move, created the overlap, and the winger gleefully accepts it. They expected to run around with Hammond, switched through. Prescott came in from the full back, and this guy finished it. Great move. See how Prescott run at the angle, Pickavance out wide. What a try, and well worked too.
Joey Hayes, try against Halifax, 2 in 2 in Super League, 3 in 3 now for the St Helens winger since his return from injury. Yet again, St Helens just inch closer to the 2 points. Goulding will add the extras if he possibly can. Another difficult kick, 5, maybe 6 meters from the touchline on this near side. It's close, not close enough. 10 points again.
Hammond goes the run around, but Goulding holds it. Great play. That is a superbly worked try. Long ball out wide. Hayes didn't mess around. He knew the importance of the 4 points. The crowd go bananas. The Bear doesn't, though.
Brave try too from Hayes, because he could see Aitchison was coming along to try and cut him out. Fogarty's gone off. Andy Northey has come on.
Well, that was amazing, wasn't it? That's the first time we've actually seen Bobby Goulding inject himself into any sort of the attack in the second half. But it proved vital. Well-worked precision football.
Rhys Guy is tackled by Matautia. This now is Crompton. He is Maloney. This is out Bradbury and gets the ball away to... It is to Bradbury. This is Munro. That's Crompton. Oh, and Rhys Guy makes the blunder. An unforced error, really.
Rhys Guy didn't expect that. I know you should, but he thought he was going to be a man to be missed out. He was not running onto the football. Just lost concentration. Won't displease this man, Bobby Goulding. 8 clean breaks.
On
That's
average.
his average, yeah, none today.
Backs up what you were saying about him. Chris Joynt Tackle from behind by Rhys Guy, knows how important it is to keep Saints out. Otherwise, that blunder will be very costly from him. Crompton tackling Hayes. Cunningham. Matautia at full speed. Cunningham, the dummy half. Goulding's there. Misses out Pickavance. Finds Hammond. Hunt. New Love. Man out wide. Arnold. Did he get that one down? Did he get that one down? Another decision for the video ref. Arnold and Hunt, they celebrate. This one, I think, is a lot closer to call than the one up the other end from Adrian Bell. Let's see.
Well, did the body touch the flag? If it did, it's out. It's no try. It's going to be a tough one. Just can't see it from that angle. Now, if his body is touching the flag, ooh, I wouldn't like to call that one. Perhaps you can see it a little bit better here. He did well, though, didn't he? Even to keep in. That's try time. For mine, anyway.
Looks a good try, doesn't it? Video ref isn't convinced.
Well, his feet's in the field of play. It's whether the body is touching the flag. And I think that's a fair try. And well scored by Arnold.
Well, let's see. We're all waiting for the decision. All eyes on the screen. Tries given. Arnold gets his second. I don't think he can believe, and look at him, he's relieved, but I don't think he can believe that it took that long to make up the mind. He's 19th in Super League, second tonight.
Beautiful long ball out wide, but notice how Newlove runs the arc. See how he grabs two, Davidson and Bell, and bang. He did well, did the youngster, to get into the corner.
Immediately, St Helens ran to their winger to congratulate him for the try. 4 out of 7 from Goulding. 50% success rate if this one doesn't go over. But when the chips are down, and you don't expect him to from angles like that, Goulding lands the kick. Pushes Saints further ahead.
Well, the costliest player in the world, Paul Newlove, is famous for scoring tries himself, but today he's been the creator. Tremendous pass. This is the second occasion during the game where he's attracted 2 would-be defenders. Watch this. Just delayed the pass enough. Arnold did well there.
Newlove created it. Arnold held off the challenge from Adrian Bell. 34-18. And now then, can St Helens, having built up the lead, close the game out now in the last quarter?
Well, they've got into the swing of things, haven't they? Bobby Goulding has injected himself back into this match. The combination of Goulding and Hammond is working well. And when you've got Newlove in this mood, why not get the ball out wide?
Munro to Gildart. Gildart is wrestled to the floor by Matautia and Northey, 2 fresh sets of legs in this second half. And Maloney dropped that. He was under extreme pressure. And it was from Paul Newlove again.
Long ball out wide. Newlove make the option. Crunch time on Maloney. He knew it well. Francis knew they were charging down upon him.
2 old teammates from Featherstone Rovers days, Maloney and Newlove. Super defence from Newlove, wasn't it? Picked out Maloney and went for him like an exocet.
Well, when you've got a lead, 34-18, you can afford to do that sort of thing. They're playing with a lot more confidence now.
St Helens are 12 metres short of the line. Cunningham, the runner is Northey.
This is usually the time where Bobby Goulding starts to enjoy himself.
And there is Goulding. Dumps the pass into the arms of Morley. It was a great tackle by Davidson. Away. Goulding again. Crossfield kick. Hayes on a hat-trick. Oh, brilliant try. Great kick across field by Goulding. Second try. It's only a second. I gave him 1 extra, but it was a brilliant take.
Bobby Goulding at his finest. One of the finest short kickers in the game of rugby league. But well taken, though, for Hayes. Superb bit of rugby league football. Perfection, this. Ranson, he did everything right, apart from the fact that Hayes was just in front of him. Look at that. That is a wonderful try. Well taken, well executed. A fine kick.
It's the other winger, Danny Arnold, who was on the hat-trick, but Joey Hayes sailed into the air to pick up that kick from Bobby Goulding. Gets the second of his tremendous kick. Goulding now. Oh, he's kicked another. Starting to swagger around the field now, the St Helens captain, because he knows there's a three-point gap opening up at the top of Super League.
Well, the Olympics start today. The opening ceremony, and you won't find an athlete with as much beautiful action there. That really was superb take by Hayes, wasn't it? An athlete in full flight. Great stuff.
18 points in 9 minutes for the league leaders. 19 minutes to go. Crompton. And suddenly Oldham have stopped running with the venom that they had in the first half and the opening few minutes of this second half, as St Helens really have taken hold of this game by the scruff of its neck.
Big hit again.
Here comes Crompton. Ball bouncing around all over the show. The referee says that wasn't a knock-on by Ian Gildart, so it's play on. It came off his leg. Munro, chip over the top. Arnold. Right, let's have a word with one of the St Helens stars tonight. Currently off the field, Derek McVie with Bill.
Derek, Saints with plenty to celebrate now, but not you personally. What's the problem?
Well, I just copped a knock on my ankle and, you know, it's a bit of ice, it'll be all right.
It looks as though now you've shaken off Oldham, but they've taken some shaking off, haven't they?
Well, everyone takes a bit of shaking off when you're playing for the title. We've got 5 to go, haven't we?
Do you think that now you're marked men, really, aren't you?
Well, you know, who doesn't want to beat the leaders? I'm sure we're going to put up for 8 years, now it's our turn, but I'd rather be doing that than down the bottom.
Goulding again running the angle. Northey will continue it on. Thought about the kick. Took the tackle in the end from McKinney and from Crompton. Here's Hunt. Hunt dabs it through the legs of Topping. Hayes. Hammond! He gets the touch on it. That's a try. Hammond second. It's all coming off for St Helens now as Hammond hits double figures.
Splendid play by Alan Hunt. Knew there was nowhere to go, so it was a nice little chip through, straight through the legs of Topping. It bounces off the head of the fullback Aitchison. Hammond also alert. Nice little option though from the centre. Topping through the legs. Hayes did well. Ricochets off the head. Bang. Hayes gets to it. Comes off the head of the fullback Aitchison. It's there for anybody to take. Hammond says thanks.
So Carl Hammond gets the try for St Helens. I think we can safely say there is a 3-point lead opened up at the top of Super League now. 6 out of 9. This is Goulding's 10th attempt. A 60% success rate. 18 points to 44.
Played the blind option. Hunt, neat little chip through, straight through the legs of Topping. Hayes did well. So determined is the young winger. Crompton couldn't do anything about Hammond getting the hand to it either. Well, I spoke to the Saints coach, Sean McRae, just before this game. And he's told his players that whilst there's quite a few of you... Oh, bad mistake by Aitchison. Well, it's going from bad to worse for the Bears. He tried to just palm it down with the chest, and then on the second attempt, bingo. And that's not full house. What I was just saying about the Saints coach, Sean McRae, he was saying that he told his players, quite a few of them, love to play at home, but they had to stand up and be counted playing away. Well, they've done that today.
They certainly have, and the referee has got St Helens for obstruction this time. Newlove using one of his teammates as a shield.
See, Alan Hunt went across and he made contact. That's the reason why referee Russell Smith pulled him up for it. Well, what can Oldham do now? They really have fought well, but they've hit a team, Saints, in superb fashion in the second half. It's been a blitz, hasn't it, Eddie, the second stanza?
It has, and they've ran in 8 tries tonight, St Helens, and added that to the 11 from last week. They're in great attacking form and not bad defensively either. They are the leading try scorers in the Super League now, and by a long chalk as well from St Helens, from Wigan.
Good defence from Alan Hunt. Yeah, you're right, they've got the defence sorted out as well, but it makes a big difference when Chris Joint is in the pack, isn't it? He really is a tireless worker in defence for the Saints side. And there he is again.
Well, he had a couple of weeks off because of injury, and he certainly has returned a lot fresher. This is Bradbury, though. Pops the ball up. Cunningham got a hand to that. The ball all over the show, and the referee will pull it back for the first knock-on. In fact, the only knock-on.
Well, a good effort. Kept the ball alive. Bradbury thought, well, keep it on the move. It's worth the chance. Cunningham got back.
Goulding feeds the scrum. Gets the possession. 27 tackles per match on average. Chris Joint, 20 so far. 13 minutes left to get himself up to the average.
He won't be far off it by full time, that is for sure.
Morley has been withdrawn and Andy Haig comes on. Matauti had just dropped the pass.
It's a shame too. It was a beautiful pass by Goulding. Matauti knows that the gap was there. Topping was very slow to come in. You see how he was hanging back. Crompton had already gone, but look at Topping. Just hanging back. There was no way in the world he would have stopped him.
Not bad to have a man like Vila Matauti here dusting the substitutes bench. Always a reminder for the others who are on the field of play that the stars waiting to come on. Adrian Bell with a great run. Good tackle though by Haig, only just on the field. Here's Davidson. He's worked hard since he came on for the injured Howard Hill. Munro, the dummy half. Maloney. Crompton. Bradbury. St Helens swarm across and close him down.
Well, they've worked it out the second half that Oldham, when they get the ball out wide, they use the dummy runner, use it on the second phase of attack, and Saints hang back. One man goes up, the other one man takes it.
Referee not happy with that tackle.
Attempted spear. I think you'll find that the hand went in between the legs, which is against the rules. Well, it was just at that point where he tried to bring the hand over.
I think it might have been the tackle actually before that. But anyway, it's a penalty to Oldham, which they've done nothing with because Paul Newlove's got the ball back for Saints.
It was a good tackle as well by Pickavant. Really put the charge in there. Well, this is the one, yeah. And it was a bad one, wasn't it?
By Northey. Just lifted the man up on his shoulder. Prescott. Oh, Alan Hunt. Wasn't expecting that. It was up round his nose. Well, all right, it was in their eye then, Alan.
Well, I know the Mail's on strike, but he really did telegraph this, didn't he? I mean, he said, are you going to come on the inside? And when he did, he looked surprised. Dummy, 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 and then gets it back on the inside. Alan knows that he should have taken that.
Bradbury from the base of the scrum. Prescott's all round him. And Hammond helps out as well. Munro, the dummy half. First touch there for number 27, Paul Crook, just on the field.
Oh, that was a yard forward. Even the Oldham players stopped for a moment.
Guy. Grounded by Cunningham.
They won't give in to Oldham. They'll press for the try.
Crompton. Good run from Crompton. Tried to get the pass out wide to Adrian Bell.
That's back to 6. Saints player got a touch to it. Crompton tried to get the ball out wide to the winger, but a hand came in from Saints. Couldn't quite see who it was.
Referee saw it was a St Helens hand. That's why Oldham are still in possession in the 20-metre zone with Guy. Strong run from the Oldham substitute. Munro trying to pinch one from dummy half. Ball comes out, and again, and here goes Cunningham. Looking for the speed out wide. It's there from Arnold, but well pulled down by Adrian Bell.
Well, that's proved it to me that Cunningham is not fully fit. A fit Cunningham would have raced another 30-40 metres in the break. Tried to get the ball away, picked it up well then, but as soon as he gets into the clear, he was looking for support.
McKinney brings down Matautia. Hammond gives it to Alan Hunt. Hunt gives it back to Hammond. He was looking for Hayes. Only found touch instead.
Good play by Ranson. Hammond was trying to get the ball back on the inside. There's Cunningham. He averages 4 clean breaks a match. Only 1 today. He really has been off colour, I think is perhaps the best way you can say that. He's done his work in defence. This is Hammond trying to get the ball away. Good work from Ranson. Pressurised him all the way.
Came off Ranson's knee. It's Oldham's head and feed, though. Aitchison, underneath his own post, gets away from one.
A bit high from Newlove, though. Very high from Newlove, and I think it's been spotted by the referee. Swinging arm. Well, he doesn't like it. Not so sure that Paul Aitchison did either. There you see it. Grabbed right over into the face.
Reece Guy takes it over the halfway line again for Oldham on the very first tackle. Joint goes off and Adam Fogarty returns, and on the second tackle it's Paul Crook who comes up with the blunder. Too many errors for Oldham tonight. Can't do it against the league leaders, Steve-O.
No.
And can't do it against anyone.
No, you could see that Carl Hammond was bearing down upon him.
Good Fogarty. How strong is he?
He loves to come back for the final minutes. Big smile on his face from the big prop forward Fogarty. It's no longer the 13-a-side game now. It's a full complement of 17. It's the way that the coaches use him. It's so vital as well.
Cunningham to Goulding. Out wide to nobody. Adrian Bell picks it up on the bounce. Newlove's all over him, so is Arnold. It's good defence from Arnold. He just wouldn't let Bell release that pass. Davidson again. Haig and Pickavance doing the tackling stint. Munro, dummy half. Done well, Munro. Strange position for him. Bradbury.
Well, Northey was hanging on for grim death there. Bradbury thought he was away.
Gildart taking on Cunningham and Hammond, coming off second best.
Well, we haven't seen much attacking play from Cunningham, but we've certainly seen some great defence from him. He's played his part in this win, only in a different role from what we normally see.
Topping. Crook hoists the kick. Hayes underneath it. Hayes and Hunt put the ball out of play.
Did well there, did Alan Hunt. He realised that this ball that was spilt was still play on, so he could have been offside there as well. He was just perhaps a little bit in front, but even so, he pushed it away to make sure that Oldham didn't get the ball, but not spotted by the referee Russell Smith. This is the incident. Now Hunt is always in front of him, so that he must have been offside. Well, Should have been a penalty there, but Smith missed it. Been quite controversial at times, Eddie.
It has. Plenty for you and Brian Smith to get your teeth into. Munro, Crook, long pass, Aitchison, Hunt came for the intercept, Aitchison still, straight into the arms of Hunt. I rather fancy there was a call there. Hunt isn't hanging round anyway. It's going to be a try for Hunt. Put those glasses down. Hunt's in under the posts. That rounds off this night for St Helens. From one end of the field to the other, it's a warm night, and Alan Hunt now takes a breather.
Well, the youngster said, how do you feel? And he looked at him and said, how do you think I feel? I've run all that way. Good effort from him. Well, as you say, I'm sure that Aitchison heard the call, and it would have been the lips of Alan Hunt that were moving. And as soon as the lips stopped moving, the legs took over. Concentration. See how he quickly gets into the rhythm. Just like a top-class sprinter. He would have enjoyed that. I'll take a breather.
Alan Hunt with the 4, Goulding with the 2. St Helens hit the 50 mark again. They are certainly the Super League entertainers. They've hit the half-century mark once again, this time at Boundary Park.
Look at the rippling thighs there. Oh, tremendous stuff. 100 metres, Olympic gold. Well, he'll not get that, but he'll still enjoy this game. It's been a fine win for the Saints, and he's had a fine game, both in a defence and in attack. He's topped it off well.
7th time this summer that St Helens have hit the half-century mark. It's all over now for Oldham.
Well, this is the incident that you can see Hunt holding back Crompton. Perhaps he could have been penalised for that. In fact, I'm sure he should have been. Not only did he call for the football.
Davidson on the break. Oh, Topping was in support. Nobody was there. And there's another chance gone begging for Oldham. It's a night of what might have been for the Oldham Bears.
Well, it was worth the chance. A good run through there. A good job that Bobby Goulding was on hand there just to scramble that ball.
Andy Northey's gone off. He was injured actually making a tackle earlier, just soon after he came on the field. So he's been replaced by Chris Morley again. No point taking any great risks now. The match is well in St Helens' pocket. And they have 5 games to go. And if they win them all, they will be crowned champions for the first time since 1975. Bradford have a big say in it, of course. And the Saturday match here on Sky Sports, we're at Wilderspool for Warrington against Bradford, as 4th in Super League takes on 3rd. And that should be a terrific game. On Sunday, we'll have the highlights for you from the Valley of London Broncos against Leeds. Can London score the double over Leeds? Find out with us Sunday night. London, of course, also pushing for 4th place, along with Warrington. So big weekend, as ever, of Super League action here on Sky Sports.
2 vital games, but none more vital than this one. Oh, that looked high, but it grabbed all of his collar. It was there for all to see.
Goulding just delayed the pass, looking for Pickavance. Pickavance is held up by the big figure of Gildart, just 1.5 meters short of that line. New Love going on the blind side and getting the try. Referee wants to take a look at it, courtesy of the video ref, does he?
He thought perhaps that New Love may have dropped the football in trying to place it down. See, Bell gets to the football there. He loses control and catches it again. Now, did he have control before he put the ball down? This is a tough one.
His fingertips in on it.
So therefore, it came off the Oldham player. He regathered the football. Therefore, it's a try. That's play on. He says, thank you. I haven't got it yet, but I have now. And that is a fair try. Only because it came off the Oldham player for mine.
But let me tell our viewers, Steve-O, that you aren't the video ref.
I know that, but one-on-one.
It's a question of whether he has got control of the football back.
Well, it came off the Oldham player, so therefore he has the opportunity, and in my mind, he collects it again. He didn't knock on, he was knocked out by the Oldham player. Still, as you say, you want me to go and have a cup of tea?
No, here it comes. Newlove gets the try, Saints get 54. It's been a pretty impressive display from St Helens, no doubt.
Nobody on the blind side, not surprisingly. They're a tired outfit now, well spotted by the big centre. Get out of the way. There's just nothing that they could do. Well taken by the big centre. He's had a fine game.
Had a fine season, 24 in Super League. And he's certainly on course. Goulding misses with the conversion. He's certainly on course, Paul Newlove, to be the leading try scorer for the second time in his career. And the try against Halifax last Sunday took him to his 1000th point in rugby league. Tremendous effort.
He's so strong, isn't he? He did well, though. Full credit to Bell. He nearly spoiled the image.
Siren sounds. Newlove with the last try. St Helens have won easily in the end, but credit Oldham for a gritty performance first half, and they were really up against it after they conceded a try after 40 seconds of the second period. The two scrum halves and captains shake hands and embrace. It's been an excellent performance from the Saints and Bobby Goulding. They're on course for the title still. 5 games to go. 5 games rather, between the Saints and the Super League title.
The stars are out this August on Sky.
Hello.
Brad Pitt.
This place is cursed.
Tom Cruise. Kate Winslet.
It's all frightfully romantic.
Robert Downey Jr. Marissa Tomei.
I hate him.
Matthew Broderick.
I have to confess to you that I'm very sexually stimulated.
Morgan Freeman. Tim Robbins. Holiday movies including Jungle Book and Star Trek Generations.
Sounds like fun.
That's August on Sky.
There are two sides to a sprinter. The side that wants to crush his opponents and leave them blue and lifeless by the side of the track. And the other, darker side.
You join us at the start of Golden Wonder's £5 million Olympic medal mania. My word, they're going for it. There's millions of instant cash prizes. You could even win £100,000 if there's a scratch card in your bag. Instant win medal mania on Golden Wonder crisps, knickknacks and wheat crunches.
This summer, thanks to Vauxhall's 50/50 offer, you can have 2 years free from monthly repayments and 0% interest. Just pay half now and half in 2 years. Alternatively, the windfall payment plan requires just a 20% deposit. They'll pay your first 4 monthly repayments, leaving you with 4 free months. Hopefully. Take advantage of Vauxhall this summer. Don't pay them.
Jean-Paul? Pourquoi aimez-vous les M&M's?
Ooh, but I can speak English, you know? The cheeky chocolates, those crazy colors.
What about the peanuts?
They are so crunchy. Naughty.
Don't you mean nutty?
Nutty, naughty, same thing. You naughty, naughty boy.
Oh, dear.
Let's get out of here.
when home entertainment was like this. The TV had to be exciting. UK Gold. Prime time, all the time.
Starting tomorrow, only in the Telegraph, there's £500,000 worth of Panasonic TVs, hi-fis and videos to be won at Comet. Take part. Take the Telegraph.
My neighbor has kindly invited me to France with his charming family. I said, let's go by Eurostar. It's so easy. But he decided it would be more fun to drive the whole way.
And don't forget your passport.
Some people quit when they reach their threshold of pain. Some don't.
They're 5 games away now from the Super League title. St Helens have won by 54 points to 18. Perolini, Arnold, Hayes, Hammond, 2 apiece. Hunt and Newlove. Bobby Goulding kicked 7 goals. Oldham, in the end, had no answer to the St Helens power. Let's hear from a couple of the stars, Alan Hunt, but first, Bobby Goulding.
Bobby, it looks on paper an emphatic victory, but my word, Oldham took some shaking off, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and we knew that. You know, they're on their home ground, and, you know, we knew that we had to come here and work, and we worked in that second half. Apollo set us on for a good second half with that run, and he scored the try, you know, so we're happy with the win.
Were you a bit annoyed in the first half, the way you let them keep coming back into the game?
Yeah, very much so, because, you know, schoolboy errors, you know, I kicked through when it should have just been a kick in the corner and just tackle them or to go out in touch, you know. So I'll hold my hand up for that one. But, you know, win's a win, 5 to go, and if we win like this every week, then nobody will be complaining.
Are you getting to feel any pressure now that the pressure is building up with the run-in looming?
Yeah, we felt pressure all the year, except for that 1 week when Wigan went top. You know, so we're used to it. We know we've got some hard games in London Broncos, Warrington. Well, they're all hard games, but, you know, if we keep playing and keep improving, then hopefully we can be there at the end.
I think you just want to say a mention for somebody at home, don't you?
Yeah, my little lad, he's got the chicken pox. Hope you're feeling well. I'll see you soon.
Well, that'll cheer him up. And Alan Hunt scored the classic try of the night. Just what you want when you're pretty tuckered out at the end of the game, a length of the pitch try.
Yeah, I know. I think there's about 35 minutes at second half gone. It's pretty warm tonight, so it's not the best. You know, I don't mind them from 2 yards, but I suppose once you get over whitewash, it don't look too bad.
You did look pretty jiggered at the end of it.
Oh, shattered. I mean, they've played well, Oldham. They've, you know, put us under a lot of pressure, especially first half. They kept coming back at us, and they've made us work really hard. So, you know, you're gonna feel fatigued and what have you. But the lads have stuck at it, you know, and, you know, we've run away with it near the end. But I don't think the score really belies the game. You know, Oldham were, you know, pressing all the time.
But now, I suppose, every side is going to lift their game against you for this run-in.
Well, every team's been lifting the game since the start of the season, and we got off to a good start. And we're top from the very first game. Beat Wigan, and once you beat them, you know, you're going to be under pressure all season. And, you know, it's been weighing heavy, you know, the odd week. But the lads have coped with it pretty well. And, you know, they know what's in store. We've got 5 more games left, and we'll be, you know, concentrating for 1 game at a time, you know, and hopefully it'll turn out all right for us.
You're a winger playing in the centre. What about the try that Joey Hayes scored? That was pretty remarkable, wasn't it? The one where he caught Bobby's chip kick perfectly.
Yeah, well, he's probably getting a bit of stick, because I think he must have jumped off a pair of step ladders where he got up there. He's not the tallest lad, but he got up there tremendous, you know, and it was a good try, well-worked plan. And, you know, it's when they come off, they look very good, don't they?
Yours was better, though, wasn't it?
Well, it was more tiring, but, you know, it don't really matter how they scored, as long as the lads are working together and, you know, we're getting over there.
Thanks, Alan.
Thanks a lot, cheers.
Well done, Alan Hunt and St Helens. Here are the statistics from the match. Full-time score at the top. Scrums, 19 of them, 13 penalties. Saints shaded the possession in each half. No wonder when you look at that scoreline. Tackling between the two sides just about equally shared. Missed tackles, Oldham made 24 missed tackles and Saints missed 20. Clean breaks, 27 to 20. Handling errors, pretty close, wasn't it, on terms of statistics, but not so close on the scoreboard where it all counts. 5 to go. 10 points separate St Helens and their first Super League title. Brian Smith, is your money on the Saints now, or does a team from West Yorkshire have something to say in it all yet?
I'd like to think so, mate, but I can't see Wigan and St Helens both losing 2 games before the end of the season, and on top of that, we've got to try to win all of ours. I really think it's probably a little bit too much this season. I thought the telling stat in tonight's game was the conversion between clean breaks made and tries scored. Oldham seemed to have white line fever at times tonight, didn't they? They just couldn't get across the line that mattered, the big white one with the goalpost near it. They made some good breaks, but just weren't good enough to convert. Saints' class really told on them in the end, and if they can sustain that sort of class in some of these tight games, tough games, pressure games that they've got, you know, they'll deserve to win the title if they can do that.
I suppose the thing about the title race now is that St Helens are there, they're the team to be shot at, but Wigan have been over a ground so many times before, haven't they? They know what to expect. This is new territory for Saints.
It is, and that's a test of nerve. And I noticed a few of the players who were substituted tonight came off. One very notably pulled his helmet, his headgear off as if to say, I'm not happy with this situation. And under pressure, the nerves start to tell with all this sort of stuff, trying to balance out all the egos and I want more field time and, you know, I should have been in the starting lineup and all that sort of stuff. All of that and the management of all of that is going to be an important part for them. You know, as you say, Wigan have been through this. They've done all this before, but they're under more pressure than they've been under for quite a while to do it again.
Well, that's true. Steve-O, fellas like Brian Smith have got to make all these decisions. That's why they're so well paid.
Yes.
Did you see his face then?
I'd love to be a coach, depending on which country again. But I think you've got. I think you've got to get back to the point that, as Brian says, is correct in assessing the fact that the pressure is now upon them. But I think that what Sean McRae said to me before the game is the fact that he said to some of his players that you just cannot play good and classy at home. You've got to put in that effort when you're away from home. And I thought they did that in the second half. I was very, very impressed. Some of their tries that were scored came straight off the training paddock. It wasn't just individual stuff, and that's what's been getting them through. They went through a dicky period halfway through the Super League season where stars, individual stuff, got them through, but they didn't today. The second half was very, very good teamwork. They got the defence sorted out. They worked hard for each other. Parolini running very, very strong at a time when they needed him. The only disappointment for me, and I said it during the game, that there must be something wrong with Kieran Cunningham. He only made 2 runs from the dummy half situation. So as far as I'm concerned, he played under a cloud. And I think it was a gamble, perhaps, that they took, and it came off because he did a heck of a lot of work in his defensive qualities. But I give full credit to Sean McRae because he worked his substitutes very, very well. As Brian said, they didn't like being taken off, but he's the boss, and it's probably going to be that situation that's going to take them to the title.
Just a word about Kieran Cunningham, by the way. He made 20 tackles tonight, and he is number 2 on the St Helens tackle count. Chris Joynt headed the list with 22. It was Ian Gildart, the top tackler for Oldham, with 25.
When he gets the next pay rise, Steve, I think you'll get half of it for him. I think you've got shares in him.
Well, he'd never make the Hookers Club, I can assure you.
Well, it's been great to have you with us, Brian. We will see you, of course, in your proper capacity tomorrow night against Warrington. Should be a belting game.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, we all are. And we're looking forward to it because we will see the game here on Sky Sports. Warrington against Bradford Bulls. We're live and exclusive from the Wilderspool Stadium. Saturday match, 5:30 here on Sky Sports. Don't miss that. Third takes on fourth. And on Sunday, we'll have highlights for you from London Broncos against Leeds. London also pushing for 4th place, and they will be interested spectators as to what goes on at Wilderspool tomorrow night. And boots and all on Thursday, 10:45. We reflect and look forward to it all. Great to have you with us, Brian. Come back and see us again before you go. Thank you for being with us. Bye-bye.